everyone. I hope that you are all doing very, very well. I hope that you enjoyed your holiday and that it was safe and relaxing and that you spent it with your loved ones. So I want to touch on a few things today. So I've been trying to kind of keep with the whole theme of inspiration, motivation, getting back on track when you get off track, all things that we all go through. And I wanted to let you guys know about something that's actually been helping me a lot. So I just discovered this one particular doctor, he's a doctor, that has really influenced me a lot in being able to see what things I should change in order to get to where I want to be. So there's so many influential people out there, authors, doctors, just artists, different people that have influenced me. And then one person in particular, Dr. Joe Dispenza, I actually came across this person through podcasts. So if you heard some of my other episodes, listening to podcasts was something that really helped inspire me. And I have podcasts covering several different things. So I have meditational ones, I have ones that talk about nutrition and health, other ones that talk about how to cope with negativity and things like that. So I just follow a lot of different podcasts. And so one, Dr. Joe Dispenza, as I said, I came across by listening to Hay House Radio. So two people. There's Louise Hay, who I love. She's an amazing author, and she also has her own meditation podcast, as well as another one that she just calls Hay House Radio. I'm gonna get back to you guys with the actual names on it. Since I'm recording on my phone, everything is stored in there, so I'm kind of having to rethink the name of the podcast. But anyway, I'll get that information to you guys. So Louise Hay is amazing. She is all about positivity and really realizing that your thoughts have a lot to do with the way your life is. And Dr. Joe Dispenza was actually, I believe, a guest on her show. And he also wrote two books that I know of. So I haven't finished them yet. One I know is Evolve Your Brain. Again, I'll get the details to you guys. But anyway, Louise Hay was talking about him and his books. And she actually sent, in her newsletter, had a link to a sample of one of the books, and I was hooked. So basically, just to give you guys a gist, because there's a lot that goes into it and so much that goes into it, but it's really, really, really helped me kind of zero in on what I can do to better my life, better myself, and just be more positive, deal with negativity in a better way. So I want you guys to look him up. Look up the podcast, both for Louise Hay and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Maybe look up his books. But anyway, the gist of it, right, is that your thoughts and how you think and perceive things are really going to affect your life. So what I've noticed, and I'm new to this, okay? I've been kind of researching all these things and coming across these things for the past year. So I'm very new to all of this stuff, but it's so exciting, and I really do believe a lot of what they're saying, and it just makes sense. So if you think positive things, then positive things will happen. If you think negative things will happen. That's kind of, we've all heard something along those lines, and it's so true, but they take it a million steps further. So they're basically saying, Louise Hay especially, you wake up and you do affirmations, and you either look in the mirror or you do your meditation, whatever your morning routine is, but you do affirmations. I'm going to have a wonderful day. I am smart. I am confident. And just affirming those things and really believing it. So it's not just saying it, but actually believing these things to be true. And it really does help you get through your day a little easier. So I'm not perfect. I forget to do my affirmations, but it's on my radar. So I do have to definitely do that. Another thing she's an advocate for is vision boards. So I do have one, but I want to redo it. Basically, a vision board you should have in your house, someplace where you can see it every day. And on this board, you put things that you really want to strive to be. So it could be you when you were thinner years ago, at least that's on my board, a new car that you want to get, a house that you maybe want to buy in the future, whatever it is, whatever you envision your future to be, kind of find something that can symbolize that and put it on your vision board. And the idea is that the more you see these things, you're kind of calling it into being and you're manifesting it. And what I really, really love about both of them is that they basically said that the universe is here to grant us the things that we want. The universe has the answers, and even in ourselves. So Louise Hay says that all the answers to all of the questions we have is actually in ourselves, and that we just have to basically try to zero in on that, touch into that. Sorry, the notifications annoy me, so I try not to. So vision boards, affirmations in the morning, and then just realizing, and going back to Dr. Dispenza, just realizing that the way you think is going to either keep you in the past or keep you moving forward. So we have to really be aware of our thoughts. We have to really, really, really pay attention to them. And if there's certain things that you do that make you feel bad or guilty or negative or whatever, then pay attention and try to avoid those things. Easier said than done, in depending on the situation you're talking about, but it just makes so much sense. And he basically says that if you make the same choices, you're going to get the same results. And I know it sounds kind of like, yeah, that makes sense, but it's people take that for granted, and it's something that I myself have realized now more than ever, that I have thoughts and I think these things, and I'm kind of like predetermined to think in a certain way because of my past, and I have to actively catch myself and change that. So if there's something that keeps happening in your life that you're not happy with, try to see what decisions you're making that's leading to that, and change your decisions and change your choices. So if you want your life to continue the way it's been, which is great, that's everybody to each their own. But if you want your life to stay the same, then you make the same choices. You think the same, you change nothing, and that's fine. If you're not happy where you are, something has to change. Change is not going to happen on its own. So you really have to, A, figure out what you want your future to look like, and then B, maybe do a vision board, or even if you don't have an actual vision board, constantly envision that future that you want. Always think about it. And another thing that Dr. Dispenza really, really emphasizes is that not only do you want to think about these things that you want to happen, but you want to feel like if they've already happened, so that your brain kind of feels like these things are already in place, and it can help manifest it better. And your thoughts can change chemically how you feel, and there's just such a big world out there. So in other episodes, I do want to touch on this more, because it's so intriguing, it's so exciting, and I feel like it does work. But for now, I want to leave you guys with that. I want you to, when you have time, just research them again. It's Louise Hay, Haye, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dispenza. So yeah, read up on them a little bit. I will have more details for you regarding the podcast and all that stuff. But I think that it can really, 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 really change your life once you start realizing your thoughts as habits, and just helping yourself become more aware of these things, so that way you can think in a better way and get a better future for yourself. So anyway, just wanted to share something that I have really been intrigued by recently, so I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will be in touch soon. Mwah.